What's going on, everybody? It is episode 107 of WCW. It is September 1995. We are on the road to Fall Brawl, which is on October 1st. So, still a ways away. We've got a... In fact, let me check. How many... Saturday night... Oh, there's 3 more Saturday nights until the paper, you fuck. I was like, oh, it's probably only 2 more. No, there's 3 more. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna be stretching. But yes, we are on the road to Fall Brawl, which is farther away than I thought it was. And then it'll be Halloween Havoc, and then the Champions Cup. We are gonna spend like 25 episodes being like, hey guys, the Champion Carnival, it's coming. Don't you go anywhere. The Champions Carnival. Raton? I don't know. Rat, we're gonna go with. What's up? House show in the Great Lakes for 2,600 fans. Great. And we're gonna get right into a Saturday night. There's Bad Morale in New Japan. Rings Crisis. Oh no. Oh wait, they have $7 million. What's going on? Oh, they went down a size. That's what happened. They went. I think that's what that means, because they still had money. Let's get to the Saturday night. No nights off. Where have we not been in a while? August 9th was the last time we were in the Midwest. August 9th was the last time we were in the Midwest. Okay. And last time we went to Kemper Arena in Mississippi. Alright. So this time, we are gonna go... let's go to Iowa. A sentence people are always saying. Alright, we have so many points. You know what? Let's just do like one of everything. Character idea, big gamble. Hate that. Storyline idea. Unlikely for Terry Funk. Chamo, what's up, man? Gimmick idea. A near certainty gimmick idea. Okay, now we're cooking. Angle idea. Big gamble for a Flair. Don't need that. Creative finish. Safe bet. I'll take that. Okay, that was an okay meeting. Shamrock and Kurt Hennig got into a huge row. Okay. Row? I forget which one it is. I remember I was saying it wrong and then I got corrected, but I don't remember which way I got corrected. Lance Storm and Mankind did karaoke. What could that possibly sound like? Takada did funny cartoon drawings. Okay. Steamboat training. Alright, great. Oh, I was supposed to medal. I just instinctively right-clicked. Fuck, alright. Next time. Alright, so we had the baby faces accept the War Games match. Oh, that means we got like 3 weeks of tag matches that we can make with these 10 guys. That's what that means. Coven introduces Mankind, Scott and Funk come out for Brawl. Okay, alright. Alright, let's do... Let me look at this. I scheduled my therapy to Wednesday, so it doesn't conflict with my Swarls time. Oh, you should tell your therapist that. See what they think about it. Let's see. We got 4 Horsemen, and we got Dan Severn. So we should mix Severn in. That would be fun. We could do like Severn, Rick and JPL versus Eddie, Steamboat, and Takada, or Eddie Shamrock and Takada, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Let me not forget the match I just said. Dan Severn, Ric Flair, John Paul Levesque versus Eddie Guerrero, Ken Shamrock, Nobuhiko Takada. Okay, just making sure I haven't done this exact 6-man tag, which is possible. Let's give these guys 20 minutes. Although that might be too much John Paul Levesque. Oh no. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, he's very over. What was I thinking? That's, you can never have. Actually, he's jumped up a lot this month. Interesting. Really, since July, he is just skyrocketed. He is an 85 in the Southeast. Oh, chat knew to push Triple H. Oh wow, fucking crystal ball by the chat. Yeah. Who could have guessed to simply push one of the biggest stars in wrestling? Yeah, Dan. The problem with Severn is I don't think he has any star quality. Yeah, it's 54 star quality, which, like, true and true. So 74 is kind of just his max. Alright. I should look at storylines here. Oh, are Takada and Dan not in this? Oh, they're probably in Catch Club break. Yeah. Okay, Dan. Okay, Takada is fairly poor. It sounds like Takada needs a win. I think he can beat Dan. I think he can beat Dan all day. Let's do Bosch interference on Dan from Harley Race. Alright, that's our main event. Let's see. Speaking of the Coven, let's do this. This is what we're gonna do. Because we need a way to get this tag title off of Kevin Sullivan. So we're gonna do Mankind, who had just turned evil or whatever the fuck. And he's gonna team with Rick Steiner. They're just gonna squash two guys. They're just gonna. This is a job for the Italians. Joey Maggs, Italian Stallion. Y'all are getting wrecked by evil Rick Steiner and Mankind. Oh, did I not put him in that stable? I need to double check that. Anyway, Mankind just became evil, so I guess he should win. Did I not add him to the Coven? No, I sure didn't. Someday, the Widowmaker will come back. Did I not put Rick Steiner in it either? No, this is just our very out of date. Rick Steiner, member, save. Hey! Alright. And then we're gonna do an angle afterwards. Oh, I was gonna do like a thing happens on the big screen, but I don't think WCW Saturday Night has a big screen in 1995. So I guess Kevin Sullivan was at ringside managing these guys, and after the match, Steiner is gonna take Kevin Sullivan, like walk him up the ramp, and just beat the shit out of him. All right, let's do this. Steiner and Funk hit the ring. Steiner, Funk, and fucking Onita hit the ring. Those other two guys bail and like push Kevin Sullivan in their way, and then those three guys beat the shit out of Kevin Sullivan. That's what we'll do. Let's do like, let's make this like a 5-minute thing. Scott, Funk, and Onita beat the living shit out of Kevin Sullivan. That's a storyline development right there. So that is Scott, attacker, Terry, attacker, Onita, attacker, Kevin Sullivan, victim. I would say Rick and Mankind kind of just skedaddle, so I'll say they're background players. Okay. What else we got going on here? Tatanka and Avalanche. Tatanka and Avalanche have kind of just been like having tags, right? Tatanka's favorite Tatanka promo control by Avalanche. Avalanche is at rock bottom. He's taking out Tatanka. Get back to the top. Tatanka says Avalanche shouldn't be taking his anger out. Make him pay. Okay, so they have been cutting some promos. Alright. I want to do like a backstage acting ass segment where, you know what, 6 minutes, let them act, where we're gonna see like Avalanche. I'm literally gonna do acting, this might be terrible, is talking to Sherry, and he's gonna be like, you know, Sherry, please, I see everything you're doing for Kurt, it's just a stupid match stipulation. And she's gonna be like, no, I can't, I signed a contract, I have to manage Kurt. And then I want Kurt to walk in. And then as he walks in, Avalanche is going to leave. And then Avalanche, Kurt's going to be like, what was that? And then she's going to be like, nothing, don't worry about it. And then Kurt's going to be like, listen, Sherry, I didn't think this was going to work out, me and you. I really didn't want you to be my manager when I won that match. But everything's been fine so far. You helped me get this WCW title match with Steve Austin. So I just want to make sure, going into Fall Brawl, that we're on the same page, that everything's cool. And then she's gonna be like, yeah, everything's great. Everything's fine. He's gonna be like, alright, great. And then if we really want to go WWE mode, we could have him walk off and we could have the camera linger on Sherry as she looks conflicted. Let's put this as Avalanche wants Sherry back. So Kurt shows up. Kurt asks Sherry if they're cool. Lot going on here. Well, if the chat's are right about everything, why don't you guys just book it? I'll just fucking I'll just put the save out. You guys can just book it. All right, Arn Anderson, Tenryu, Ricky Steamboat. These guys are all just kind of chilling. What's going on with Dr. Death and Sid? Also, I had Avalanche used in a way that's not advancing his story at all. That's great. I guess we could have Tatanka re-talked about. That would help. Like, Sherry, I need your help to take out Tatanka. Chat booking would be funny for, like, 2 episodes, I think? Maybe 3? And then it would just be, you know, it would be all over the place. Wow, what an all-timer. Now, when the Natural Disasters beat Money Inc. Was that even on a pay-per-view, or was that just like prime time taping? Well, listen, if you guys want to vote for things that happen on the stream, you gotta wait for Nick to book Taboo Tuesday on the WWE vs. TNA save. What's going on with Dr. Death? I think Dr. Death and Sid are just like brawling every week, which like that's what you would do with them. Oh no, they are in tag match mode. They have done 3 tag. All right, someone's gotta talk. Has Sid not cut a promo yet? Sid debuts and lays out Dr. Death. Big Dr. Sid. Let Sid cook. Let Sid cook. Let Sid. Oh no. Let Sid cook. Let Sid cook. Sid rules the world. And that includes you, Dr. Death. Oh boy. Oh, Battle Cat and Dean Malenko are feuding. Right, of course. I made that a storyline, right? Yeah, Cat vs. Iceman, of course that's what that's called. Alright, Cat and Malenko. Let's have them mixing it up. We can do Battle Cat and I guess we could get the War Games guys involved. Why not? Why not? Battle Cat teaming with Arn Anderson to take on Dean Malenko and Junichiro Tenryu. Why not? Why not? I'll give this 12 minutes. This is our storytelling match. Arn Tenryu is a hot feud. He has a very hot feud. Oh, Arn is poor. Let's give Arn a win. Let's give Arn a win by disqualification when he gets attacked by Rick Martel. Arn Anderson. DQ finish. Interference. Rick Martel. Hopefully everyone's cool with that. Hey, everyone's cool with that. Okay. I guess that means those guys are getting beaten up after the match. Let's just do like 3 minutes. Let's do Tenryu, attacker, Rick Martel, attacker, Dean is an attacker, that would mean Battle Cat is a victim, Arn is a victim. I guess let's send Steamboat out there to make the save. Steamboat saves Arn and Battle Cat. Because of course he does. Of course that's what happens. I think Steve Austin should simply cut a promo. Since the only thing that's really hyping that on this show is that backstage fucking skit with Kurt and Sherry. So let's just have Steve go out here and just, Kurt Hennig, you think Sherry Martel's gonna lead you to victory? You think she's your secret weapon in our match and fall brawl? Let me tell you something. She's a Jezebel, Kurt Hennig. You can't trust her as far as you could throw her. She's gonna screw you out of that match at Fall Brawl. I don't even have to worry about it. I got nothing to worry about. That match is as good as won because Sherry Martel is going to betray you. Oh, mind games. So Sherry will betray Kurt at Fall Brawl. Tease. I think I did foreshadowing earlier. This is a tease. Yes, Dean Olenko was extremely a horseman. This also makes this thing later make more sense when Kurt's like, hey, we're cool, right? And then she's like, yeah, no, we're cool. We're very cool. I'm not betraying you. And he's like, good, I just wanted to make sure that you're not betraying me. Native American superstar Tatanka picking up a win tonight over Bull Payne. This is a match I always knew I would book when this series started. I always knew all roads led to Tatanka versus Bull Payne. Alright, what we got? Like 10 more minutes. The Imperial hasn't been on the show. Although the rest of his goons have been on the show. Dr. Death hasn't been on the show. I think Dr. Death could also just squash somebody, and then Sid could cut a promo after that. Steve Williams, you're a face. That means it's another heel jobber. This looks like a job for George South. Great. Alright, 6 minutes. Your winner, Dr. Death. Not for the title, thank you, game. Oh, that brings us to 86 minutes. Okay, great. I think we open with that Steve Austin promo, because that's going to be hot. Crowd's going to like that. And then we go in with this Battle Cat tag match. And then we do like the squash match sandwich. Then we just do all these fucking squash matches right in a row. That is in fact that is a mean middle of the card with Dr. Death versus George South, Tatanka versus Bull Payne, and the Coven versus the Italians. That is a rough like 20-minute stretch. It's not what you want. I think the main event will be good, though. So, like, I don't know, 89? Ooh, 85 on the Steve Austin promo. Interesting. I thought this was a lock to get 100. That's why we opened with it. Is it because he talked about Sherry? Is it because it was a tease? I have so many questions. 82. This was in fact good. Mario 82, Battlecat 69. Dean not being better than Battlecat is kind of crazy, although I don't think Dean's over at all yet, but we're working on it. What better way to get a guy over than throwing him out there with Tenryu? I feel like Tenryu would beat the life out of Battlecat and it would be very cool. Yeah, for sure. He would be insulted that he had to wrestle this fucking clown. Is Austin getting stale? It hasn't told us that. 75 for Steamboat coming out. I think I may have inadvertently set this up to be a 6-man tag next week, which is fine. There's no problem with that. Adding Ricky Steamboat to a match makes it better, so it'll just be a better version of the same match. And we got our 70 squash match rating for Dr. Death and George South. Whoa! Sid with the 93 promo, as we all expected. We all knew Sid was going to cut a better promo than Steve Austin. Look, folks, that's why they play the games. That's why they play the games. You never know. You never know. You never know when the 1-in-15 team is going to upset the 10-5 team or whatever. You never know. You never know. A 78. Oh, I gave this a little more than squash time. I gave them 8 minutes. I gave Will Payne a little bit of respect. But yes, a match that happened. Ooh, you know what? Considering everyone was acting, an 87 feels great. An 87 feels really good. As we are now doing the classic wrestling thing of just completely beating you over the head with this Sherry thing. Although I guess in this case, it is at least, like, intentional. Like, that's the story. Is that Steve Austin is going like, Kurt, you fucking idiot. What? How can you not see this? No, I did not go through my gimmicks. I would have, that would have taken a lot of time. The Coven squashed these guys. Cool. And then Kevin Sullivan really got his ass kicked. 5 straight minutes of just Frankensteiners, toe holds. Who knows what Onita does to him? God only knows. Okay, 87. That is a good main event. It's not a great main event. Who's pulling up the rear here? Shamrock with the 77. Shamrock lower than John Paul Levesque. John Paul almost getting an 80. Yeah. If we were in the Southeast, he'd probably be well over that because he's got a lot more pop there. Yar, this is turning into a pirate. This is no longer Paul Levesque. 90. I mean, that's 1 point higher than I said, so can't complain about it. Honestly, we only had one segment over a 90, so a 90 is actually like super generous. Even with the wide selection of angles, that feels high. But we'll take it. Okay, 475 grand, sure. Pop recap. Up in Puerto Rico, up in Alberta, up in British Columbia. Do you guys know what's happening on Super Viernes? Do you guys know the Book This Dummy I set up last stream? Do you guys remember? I remember, because I looked it already. Any news here before we get to that? Roddy Piper on loan. Fans of Wing can expect a surprise appearance. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. House show New England for 1,600 fans. Yeah, you want your European house shows? Here you go. We went to New England. That's in Europe, right? Indie wrestling in Mexico City. Who's cooking? Oh, no one. None of these people. Maybe we should sign Ultimo Dragoncito, who I assume is a mini, but who can say? Oh, apparently the readers think that Steven Regal is the best technical wrestler in the world. If he's on the high end of that, he could be. If he's a 94, although there's probably people higher than that, but it's pretty good. Alright, no nights off. We're definitely running Arena Mexico for this one. How many points do we have? I think we're just doing one of everything again. Finish. Big gamble. Alright. Angle. Big gamble. Alright, these are bad so far. Gimmick. Safe bet. I'll take that. Storyline. A likely for... I mean, maybe? Character idea. Bit of a gamble for Ric Flair. Super don't need that. What is this photo? Alright, just because this photo looks fucking insane, no, go away. Fantastica showed up. No one knows you. Are you decent? Got some tech, got some aerial. It's 25. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Steve Williams and Stan Hand. Why are you guys here? Oh, I mean, that's what your booking team looks like when you just own, you own every non-WWF promotion. You just get all the... Baba was on there for a while until his contract ran out, and we just let him walk. Ricky Steamboat has been hanging out with Astro Ray Jr., sure. Lasertron has been passing on techniques to Chavo, sure. Training. There's been some recent heat between Rick Rude and Arn Anderson. Okay, thank you, Stooge. Dan Crawford yelled at Lance Storm. Don Callis yelled at Lance Storm, but they're boys. Mysterio has a win over Giant Papa. That is true. Alright. So here's the thing that no one answered. It's the Savage Lasertron apuestas match. We're doing it. We're just doing it on a Super Viernes. That's the main event. I really want them to go like 20, but that's probably going to be too much Lasertron. Oh no, he's got 56 pop in the US. It should be fine. It should be fine. I'm going to give them 18 open. Slow build. Victor, Randy Savage. And there should be Unmask. Lasertron should be unmasked by Randy Savage. WCW owns the mask that Lasertron wears, and so the unmasking will be done for free and cannot be refused. Ha 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 ha! Great. And I guess we should do a segment afterwards where they're like, oh damn, it's Hector. So Lasertron is Hector Guerrero. I guess we can send Chavo out there. So Lasertron working the crowd. Chavo, not rated. Randy Savage laughing at him. Is that too much Chavo? Or too much Hector? That is, in fact, too much Hector. Okay. Let's drop this down to 16. Let's get rid of this 3-minute segment. Okay, there we go. And you know what? Let's also use end storyline, since we're now not doing a thing after it. End that storyline. Okay. So what else we got going on down here? Wagner and Kinect. Didn't Kinect cut a promo last week? Or am I making this up? My parents were hormones. Oh, it was El Dandy doesn't think that pair. That's what I was thinking of. All right, I guess we're also getting a Pero singles match. Big singles match show. I need to add to the apuestas note. Does unmasking him not? Is that not the note? There's a separate one. Hey, fantastic. Hey, man, thanks for showing up. You get to lose to Paraguayo. Actually, the whole point of this is that he's supposed to be proving that he's a contender for this title, so beating a nobody actually doesn't really make a lot of sense. Oh, I kind of want to have him wrestle Negro Casas and then have, like, Sky to interfere. But that's like a main event. That's like a main event level match. Alright, screw it. It's fantastic. And then let's do a promo where Pero is like, enough of these games, El Dandy, give me a light heavyweight title shot. And then El Dandy is going to come out and go, all right, if you win this match next week, I will give you a title shot, but you have to beat Negro Casas. Pero can get title shot next week if he beats Negro Casas. Book this dummy. He's still here. So the thing with the guys that have handshake contracts is they never run out. So there's really not a reason to fire them. I only pay them if I use them, and if I don't use them, you know what I mean? That's why, like, the Italians and, like, Tommy Rich and stuff are still here 3 years later, because they're on handshake deals. There's really no reason to fire them, unless you're just, like, sick of seeing them or whatever. Alright. Ultimate title, Candido and Kinect both won last week. Okay. Okay, I need to set up a trio of heels to go after these trio titles, because the trios titles are just hanging out, just chilling. So I want to give a heel trio some wins. I feel like Apollo Dantes and Violencia were pretty much brought in for this exact reason. Oh, was it them and Plata that I had winning a match like a week or two ago? Who knows? Okay. No, it was Apollo, Dantes, Violencia, and Oro. They beat Beware and the Headhunters. What a match. Alright, Apollo, Violencia, and Oro. That's it. That is our... We're hyping this trio up. Plata's hurt. That's why Oro is hanging out with these guys. Alright. They're gonna take on the Super Trio of Super Astro, Super Crazy, and Super Runeco. 10 minutes. Cook. Apollo Dantes, you can win this. Isn't he fine now? No, he's injured. I don't remember being told he was fine now. I think he's like injured. Can I check that from here? Can I do office absences? Yes, I can. Oh, 14 days. So he's back soonish. Hey, listen, we can do that trios match for 14 days. We can fucking get that shit done. Let's make this a storyline, because the trio Simply Wrestling will advance the storyline, so let's do that. So that was Apollo Dantes, Violencia, and Oro. And then, of course, the champions are American Love Machine, Great Sasuke, and everybody. Here comes Two Gold Scorpio. That will be a fun match. Alright. So far I have too much wrestling on this wrestling show. Although I guess on this show, I always forget on this we have a different product here. We can do 80% matches on this, which is really like 95%. So we could really do like pure wrestling shows on this, especially if we just did a post-match angle here or there. But listen, what fun is that? What fun is that when you could have these guys talk? It's probably a better use of Connect anyway. Okay. I guess Pero and Negro Casas is the main event, so let's really get ahead of ourselves here. Let's go crazy. Contract signing for Dr. Wagner Jr. Connect in 2 weeks. Book this in 2 weeks, dummy. Hype. Dr. Wagner Jr. and El Connect. Okay. I need a technical masterclass, as I always do. Sounds to me like Skyda's probably just winning. Especially since he has momentum and a lot of tech. Lucha, Teco. Who else is just like a pure tech guy? Do I have any of those? Norman, of course. Sasuke has a lot of tech. Atlantis, of course. I don't think I never, because Atlantis and Blue Demon Jr. have been the tag champs, I haven't booked them in a lot of singles matches. Maybe I will simply book Atlantis in like a cool technical masterclass. That sounds fun. Or I guess Negro Casas could win a match, because that would make sense for later. He comes out like, oh, this guy, we saw him win earlier. We know, oh, we know how good he is. I guess that makes more sense. So let's give you. I guess he could beat Norman, although I think he's wrestled Norman a lot. Super Crazy has a... Oh, we've already booked Super Crazy. Yeah, no, they wrestled a lot. They had a whole feud. I thought that was the case. I just wanted to make sure. Although, actually, how many of these were singles matches? None of them. All right, great. 12 minutes. Tech Masterclass. Negro Casas is going to win. Let's put Skyda at ringside just to fucking advance the storyline. But he's not interfering. Alright. Savage should do a backstage hype promo before his match. Oh yeah, we're gonna take the mask off of Lasertron. We're gonna see what his ugly mug looks like. Oh yeah. Savage hypes. Match. Oh yeah, someone was saying I had to add an apuestas note, but I thought, yeah, it's probably easier to look at it like this. Would be a finish. Oh no, Lucha de Apuestas. This specifies Lucha de Apuestas betting match, meaning the loss is meant to be loose in the match or here. Stipulation gives added drama in a lucha-based product. I mean, we are a lucha resu product. It should. So you must add the unmask or lose his hair note afterward, not before. This is because the workers need to know. All right, that's okay. To add the Lucha de Apuestas note, you must add the unmasked Lucha's hair note afterward, not before. Chat, what am I doing wrong? I took it out and it still is yelling at me. This segment, we're gonna go back. Okay, now it works. Okay, that's fine. That was weird. Unmask Lasertron by Randy Savage. He can't do anything about it. Ha 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 ha. You know what? Let's go all the way with this. Let's give this a creative finish while we're here. Do I have one for Randy? Ooh, I do. Oh, it's only a likely. Ooh, let's not do that then. Near certainty. do we need? Like 13 more minutes? We have the babyface trios champions as far as over people, and that's pretty much it. I am not using the... I mean, it's a TV main event, so it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'm not using the likely. Come on. I'm at the point in this save where when likelies come up now, I'm not even going to keep them. We don't use them. What fun heals do we... Oh, I haven't done anything with Candido and Hayabusa either. Alright. 4v4. Too Cold, American Love Machine, Great Sasuke, and Hayabusa will take on Chris Candido and the Villanos. Honorary Villano, Chris Candido. You love to see it. Who needs the win? Candido is good. Hayabusa is poor. Alright, great. Hayabusa is winning. Great. Perfect. Sunny is in Smoky Mountain, I think. Alright, so we want to open with the Tech Master class. And then maybe Pero and Fantastique. Then I guess that promo. Wait, nope, that's not. Swap those. More contract signing. 2 weeks. Paul Dantes. Yep. Yeah, that's good order. This show rests entirely in the hands of Randy Savage and Lasertron, which is a scary sentence. So I don't know. There's a world where that match gets like a 99 and this show's awesome, and there's a world where that match gets like a 79 or an 81 and it's a huge flop and I'm mad. I'm gonna guess high. I'm gonna say like a 93. Okay, starting off with 78. We'll take that. We will take that for sure. A 70 for Pero and Fantastique. We got the good old squash match rating. And then, oh, this happening right after the Negro Casas match is kind of funny now. Like, Negro Casas just hung around. Or like Negro Casas was just like, he just wrestled and he was in the back, and El Dandy just like pulled him out from behind the curtain, like, hey, get out here. You're wrestling Pero next week. And he's like, what? A 78 for an 8-man tag I pulled out of my butt. We'll take it. We'll take it for sure. Who is the best guy in this match? A 3-way tie between Hayabusa, Sasuke, and Love Machine. I mean, that's good. 86 for the Wagner Connect promo. Will I remember to do this in 2 weeks? That means I have to go for the maybe first ever book this dummy combo, where I have to do another promo next week where I also book this dummy. $79? Okay. Okay. This heel trio with Oro Violencia and Apollo Dantes. Very good. Also, the super trio. Not bad. Not bad. A 90 for the Savage promo. He might be locked in. He might be locked in for the main event. Let's go! 97 for the Lucha de Apuestas between Savage and Lasertron. The creative finish worked. Lasertron lost his mask. Our commentary couldn't quite keep up with such a good match. But a very good match. Very good heat. Did we get a bonus for that Apuestas note? Because if so, I really owe it to the guy in chat who said that. Which is seeing a bonus for the finish. Oh, wait. 7 got a rating bonus due to the Lucha de apuestas stipulation. $91. We didn't get the multiple. You know what? I only booked 3 angles on the whole show. That's probably why. We didn't get the multiple. God, I can't even. My brain is mush tonight. Multiple angles thing. We didn't get it. So a 91, a raw 91. Pretty good. Pretty good. Gotta go take that mask off Lasertron. Or does it do it automatically? I actually have no idea. I don't think I've ever unmasked someone like that in a match before. We made 800 grand. I always love when it's like, oh, we had a really good episode of Super Viernes, and we gained a point of popularity in New England. You know, where they love Lucha. I think Savage is just like he's you know, he's in that like veteran mode of, you know, when it matters he's gonna turn it on, brother. Which will be interesting to see him in the Champions Carnival, because we're gonna be asking him to turn it on a lot. Ooh, Viano 3 doesn't connect with the fans. All right, thank you. 6.05 TV rating, 4.5 million viewers for Super Viernes. Let's go. No, he's still Lasertron. That's weird. That doesn't just do it. Oh, we can make him the Gobbledygooker. That's fun. Can I not? Oh, apparently I can't just make him Hector Guerrero. Just isn't. Okay, that's wild. Name. Hector Guerrero. Hector. Love that the 2 photos of Hector are from like 1979 and 2009. Love that for him. Mask. Lasertron does not wear a mask. Great. Okay. Hector Guerrero is now Hector Guerrero. Is the gimmick... Has a gimmick? Has no gimmick. I can't look at... it would have been so great if I could just look at people who have a bad gimmick. Alright, show me everybody. Let's go through these gimmicks. I'm seeing most... Okay. Black Warrior has an awful gimmick. He's a Rudo. Let's see. He can't. He can't play comedy, legitimate, or Weasley. Okay. So let's just give him a standard gimmick. Let's give him a generic safe gimmick of Rudo but different. Hopefully that'll work. Adequate, awful. Okay. Blue Panther is a classic Rudo. So we're going to make him a modern Rudo. Oh, it's too soon to considering changing gimmick. Oh, no. Okay. He's stuck with that. Dan Crawford's shooter gimmick is poor. I guess that kind of makes sense. Although legitimate is really the only thing he's probably good at. Oh, he plays Swagger well. Okay. Swaggy D. That's creative and unique off the charts. Dan Severn's bitter veteran gimmick is legendary. That's wild. Dusty Rhodes is the American Dream is a poor gimmick? You gotta be kidding me. I mean, that's one you just tweak. El Brazo. It seems like anyone whose gimmick is just Rudo is not doing good. Too soon. Great. Alright. El Sagrado is just a classic Technico. We just signed him, so yeah, his is too soon. Felino. Too soon. Cool. Giant Warrior. You know what? Giant Warrior. I think this is how we fix Giant Warrior. I think get out of my company, Giant Warrior. Hamada has a... These are all too soon, or all these Lucha guys. That sucks. Flair's protege gimmick is legendary. Rudo, too soon. Awesome. I don't care about Jim Ross for the referee. Joey Maggs, I also don't care, to be honest. Whoa, Jumbo's got a poor gimmick. No gimmick needed. Turns out, gimmick needed. He plays badass and legitimate. Alright. Gimmick needed. Jumbo's kind of important, so let's give him like a safe bet. Who else do we have? Kevin Sullivan has in fact been awful, so I think I'm just gonna leave that. I think that's true and true. Latio Bellica is awful. That's probably too soon. He's probably too soon anyway. Sullivan. Poor for Linus Asuka. Too soon. Great. Hasn't she been here for a minute? How is it too soon? Okay, we can change Liz Mark. Can't play Dominic. Alright, so he can't play. Alright, we're just giving him a standard gimmick. And that standard gimmick is going to be fun Lucha guy. Woo! We're changing Manami Toyota's gimmick. Who knew? Mike Awesome is a legendary monster. Who knew? MS1. Yeah, anyone who's just Rudo is like, it's a bad gimmick. Negro, come on, Negro. Oh, we can change Negro Casas. All right, great. Oh, it's probably because they're all Weasley underdog, and none of them can play it. That's probably why. Evil technician. Signing Kevin Sullivan to make him tag champion is the biggest booking mistake you have. I don't think that's true. I think you are underestimating the mistakes I have made. Psychosis. Yeah, I guess Luchador is a bad gimmick if you're in a company that's all Luchadors. Psychosis gimmick is Psychosis. Or Psychoses. Which I creative and unique, I would say. Awful. He's awful at his Tactico gimmick. And it's too soon to change it. Damn. Ric Flair's Nature Boy gimmick is poor. I think that's one you tweak. Maybe we should change it. What else can he do besides swagger? You know what? He is kind of also playing Weasley Underdog right now. Let's give him Weasley Underdog. Nature Boy 2. Trying it again! Don't care about Richard Morton. Steve Armstrong, don't care. Not important. Super Astro, awful that we can't change it. Ric Flair is just Ric Flair. Like, you don't, he's not really the kind of guy you would give a gimmick to. He's just he's like a character. Like, Ric Flair is always going to be Ric Flair. Does that make sense? He's super. He's crazy. Like, Ric Flair can do different, like, spins on being Ric Flair, but he's always Ric Flair. The Widowmaker's possessed cowboy gimmick is awful. True and true. You don't say. Tommy Rogers is awful at old school face. Kikuchi's no gimmick needed gimmick is awful. Okay. So Kikuchi is a guy. I don't really know Kikuchi. I'm not really familiar with his game. We could go crazy with a Kikuchi gimmick. We could make him just something insane. Yeah, like, I think a gimmick would help him. Anti-American right off the bat. I kind of love it. It's kind of amazing that it's mid-90s American TV wrestling, and we have not made any of these international guys an America hater. That seems, like, honestly too good to be true. They probably instantly would have been, like, an anti-American stable as soon as they came in. I guess they were trying to kill WCW, but not necessarily America when the NWO was a thing. Just trying to get some inspiration here. Clubber? Clubber is a legitimate character. A character who loves clubbing and dances around the ring. And that's a legitimate gimmick? Oh, this is excluding unsuited. Clubber. That's dancing Kikuchi to you. Yes, that is. I'm sorry, Kikuchi. I'm sorry. No, like, I get the gimmick. I'm just like, how is that legitimate? I would have thought that was like a comedy gimmick. see, we were on Kikuchi. He would have been in the T's, right? Yeah, because we looked at the Awful Cowboy already. Nothing. McIntyre has never been booked. Cool. The Villanos are all awful. They're all too soon. Sick. Daughter Hamada. I doubt we can change it. Yep. And Z-Man. Z-Man, how are you still here? Z-Man. Farewell, sir. Oh, Dusty Rhodes says Tom Zank, get out of my company. Rick Martel says Tom Zank, get out of my company. Wow, we should have got rid of him a long time ago. Bad stream for low card guys who have just been sneakily hanging out on the roster the whole time. Rip Giant Warrior and Tom Zank. Chad, I can't remember the last time we booked the Z-Man. Oh, she's a Rudo gimmick, but she's a babyface. Well, unfortunately, I can't really fix either of those things without getting penalized, so that it is what it is. Terry Gordy is fully recovered from his injury. Yes, I was very aware of his injury. 2,800 fans for a house show. Pretty good. And we got only 3.3 for Saturday night. We have 4.5 million Super Viernes, brother. A show. So Giant Warrior and Z-Man made me sick. I looked at them. I didn't want to have to fix their problems. So I released them. Basically. They made me have to do work. And I was like, I don't want to do work. So I released them. Z-Man going to WWF. But he could have the whole time. Like, he was on a handshake deal. Like, they could have poached him if they wanted to. And I would have let them. Alright, what's going on Nitro? Looks like we are going to the Southwest. We're going to draw 24,000 fans. That's crazy. Last time we went to the pond at Anaheim and drew 19,000. Alright. We're going to go to Oakland. We're going to go to Oracle Arena. What did you get for Christmas? A check. I got a check and some gift cards. Look, I'm old, man. I don't get anything fun anymore. I bought, with one of the gift cards, I bought Ghost of Yotai on PS5. That's like the funnest thing I got, I guess. Yotai? Yotai? I think it's Yotai. Booking team meeting. Safe bet finish. A likely angle idea. Oh, you know what? For Ultimo Dragon, I might actually use a likely. Gimmick idea, near certainty. Cool. Probably should go give that to one of those gimmicks I'm going to change, but whatever. Likely storyline idea. Actually, for storyline idea, I might keep it. Character idea. Have we set up all the 4-ways? Do I have one left? I think I did them all. Let me double check that. Last Nitro, 4-way. Nitro before that, 4-way. Nitro before that, 4-way. Okay, so I did in fact book the so I have. Oh, I wanted to see promises. Ricky Steamboat has offered to put over Eddie Guerrero. Steve Williams has offered to put over Tatanka. I don't look at these enough. I should look at these more. Wow, Sting and Misawa have offered to put over Dustin Rhodes. Unfortunately, all those people are baby faces right now. That sucks. Trying to think of some way I could have Dustin pin one of those guys tonight, and nothing's really coming to mind. Unless we just did like yet another 4-way match. Yeah, we could. It would have to be like maybe Misawa, because at least he's in the tag feud. So you got Stan, Misawa, you got Holy Demon Army. Can we do like? Oh, why would Dustin be teaming with the Holy Demon Army? That doesn't make any sense. Maybe we can do like a triple threat tag. And I can have Dustin pin Misawa, something like that. Let me Dustin is feuding Terry Gordy. Alright, maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. Because also Sting wants to do it. Sting, I mean, we could just book Sting versus Dustin Rhodes, honestly. We could simply book that match, have Vader cost Sting the match, and we could use that as part. That's fine. That's what we'll do. That is our main event. Sting versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes will win after Sting is distracted by Big Van Vader. Didn't Sting lose tons of pop? I mean, tons is a strong word, but he's got 85 pop. Listen, he was the one that wanted the job to Dustin Rhodes. I'm giving him what he wants. Don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger. Open. Oh fuck, he's the Triple Crown champion. Dustin cannot win this title. This is a non-title match. Dustin is going to win. And now next week we're booking Sting versus Dustin, and then Sting gets his win right back? That sucks. let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. I'll have to book this dummy. We're going to do an angle at the beginning of the show where Dustin, Big Van Vader is going to call out Sting and says, I want Sting tonight for the Triple Crown. And then Dustin Rhodes is going to come out and say, hey, just because you're a big, just because you're out here yelling and screaming and causing a problem doesn't mean you should get a title shot. I've earned the title shot. And then we're going to make a #1 contenders match for the Triple Crown. Winner gets a shot next week, Dustin Rhodes versus Big Van Vader. Promo setting up Dustin Vader. Winner gets Triple Crown title shot next week. And then we are going to book that match. Oh, this still doesn't work though, because Sting wants to put over Dustin Rhodes. We can do a triple threat match. We'll have this go to a no. That's what we'll do. No, but even then, it's gonna be fuck. Fucking fuck. Everything that I'm booking leads to Dustin winning the Triple Crown, which maybe isn't the end of the world. Maybe we could just, like, does it matter if Sting and Vader is for the Triple Crown and Dustin and Terry Gordy is instead? I don't know. Why do faces want to put over faces? Brother, you're telling me. I don't know. That's what always comes up. Wait until Champions Carnival. You know what? That's a good point. That's a very good point. Although, it is worth noting that Dustin is currently not scheduled to be in the fucking tournament. Right now, it's supposed to be Vader, Kobashi, Kawada, Gordy, Rude, Pillman, Jumbo, and then Owen or Regal. I think we could give Dustin Gordy's spot, especially since 2 people want to put him over. Although Masawa's not in it either, but that's because he's a tag champ. And I definitely want Kawada in it. And I definitely want Rude, Pillman. It would either be Jumbo or Gordy losing their spot to Dustin. Heel, face, heel. It is a lot of heels. Yeah, I'm gonna give. I mean, especially if Dustin wins wins the feud with Gordy, he should get the spot. We're gonna put Dustin in the CC in Gordy's place. We're gonna save this for then, because we'll probably need it, and we're just gonna forget all this ever happened. I just wasted 10 minutes of everyone's time. All right, let's get back. What really sucks is one of the reasons I was looking at that was that I have nothing for this show. I have nothing. Halloween Havoc is like practically booked already, and we're still like 6 weeks out. I have nothing. All right, Ultimo's back. He attacks Sabu. Sabu is still in the Dangerous Alliance, and those guys are falling apart. We could kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. When is Sting becoming the Crow? I don't know, man. So let's do Ultimo. Ultimo teaming with the tag team champions. Why not? To take on Sabu, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Brian Pillman. Sabu is fairly poor. That's actually, you know what? I guess it would be, actually. My hot take is that you should get rid of brand pay-per-views. And then, how would we then we would have to squeeze everybody on. That would, like, how would a pay-per-view work? We would get like 2 matches from each brand. Yeah, or they would just be 20 matches long, which doesn't work in TEW because the crowd gets burned out and you get super penalized. Sabu needs to win this. Ultimo Dragon might not like that. Although I guess we're also telling the story that the Dangerous Alliance is falling apart. So I'm going to have Stan beat Brian Pillman. And I'm going to do partner miscommunication from Bam Bam Bigelow. This is totally a storytelling match, but it's probably the main event, so I'm not going to make it a storytelling match unless we have to. I'm going to do a big, stupid promo with the 3 guys that have qualified for the 4-way. So that would be Rick Rude, Kenta Kobashi, and Jumbo Saruda. You know, then maybe go down to 6. 8, fuck it. And they are going to talk about this 4-way and how unusual it is that that's going to be a title match. And they'll talk about Steve Austin, they'll talk about Kurt Hennig, and there'll be a lot of tension, you know. Even with, like, Kobashi and Jumbo, like, they'll be like, oh, you know, we could work together a little bit, but stay out of my way. You know, that kind of stuff. Tension. We all love tension. Alright, well, Sting and Vader are now not doing anything. So they should probably do something. Vader and the Holy Demon are beating Masawa, Stan Hansen, and Sting. I mean, having Masawa and Stan Hansen just available for 6-man tags. Pretty crazy. I guess Holy Demon Army has to cut a promo, but that's not great. Kawada. Yeah, you know what? He's fine. Backstage storyline development. Toshiaki Kawada. Taue background. Basically, you know, Hansen, Masawa, stop making excuses, stop ducking us, stop having little 6-man tags against other teams, give us our rematch. Holy Demon Army. Demands rematch. Would you consider doing Owen Regal in a Beat the Clock challenge to get Stips added to the wheel? Stips added to the wheel. No. Mostly because I don't know what the stip is going to be, because we're like legitimately going to pick it on the day of the show, because I don't know what we can do and what we can't. Without, like, TBS being, or Turner being like, oh, that match is too violent. I mean, we could always make a weenie version of whatever match, but that's not as fun. But we certainly can do something with them. Steve Regal beat Marty Jannetty last week. Okay. Maybe we will do a wheel on stream. Yeah, we could do that too. All right, well, you know what? I don't think we've said that it's spin the wheel, make the deal yet. Let's do that. Let's have... Oh, I always do this. I'm like, we got rid of Eric Bischoff, who's the guy that stands in the ring now. I need to hire a stand-in-the-ring guy. I don't think Gordon Soley actually does any commentary for us. That could be him. Oh, it's Gordon Soley here to talk about the spin the wheel, make the deal match at Halloween Havoc. Yeah, Gordon Soley, get out there. You're gonna tell Owen Hart and Steve Regal that they're having a spin the wheel, make the deal match at Halloween Havoc. Great. Alright, I have still only booked one match. You could hire Kevin Kelly. I'm good. We could. I mean, like, truthfully, we really don't need us standing there, but also, not Kevin Kelly. Sting. What are we doing with Sting Invader? Sting... Sorry, Johnny Smith. No, Kevin Kelly's awful. Like, outside of all the weird stuff that happened with him in AEW, he was awful in New Japan. He didn't pay attention to what was going on half the time. Alright, let's do a promo after this. Vader is going to cut a promo. Sting, how many more guys do I have to lay out? How many more bodies do I have to stack? Why don't you defend that title at Halloween Havoc and stop the carnage? What do you think is your most unpopular taste? Something that you like but others don't? Like, that's a hard question. Like, something that people hate that I like, or something that people just, like, don't watch? Because there's a lot of things that I like that people just don't watch, right? Like, I like watching stuff like TJPW and stuff like that, but most people aren't watching that, and that's fine. It's not for everybody. I'm trying to think of what's a thing that... Oh, this is probably my hottest take, and I think I said this when it happened, but everyone that lost their mind about, like, oh, John Cena, I can't believe John Cena lost his final match, I would have booked the same thing. I would have had him fucking tap out to Gunther. I thought that made 100% of sense. That's probably the thing in the past year that has happened, where, like, I saw all that discourse, and I was like, I don't know. Seems like that's just wrestling to me. Like, the reason you don't have a guy tap out for his whole career is so eventually he taps out and it's a big deal, right? Like, that's the whole point. That's wrestling. TJPW is Tokyo Joshi Pro. It is a Joshi promotion, but like a small one that does a lot of comedy. What the fuck were we doing? I keep thinking like, oh, Dustin is, but no, Dustin's not good. We ended up not booking Dustin. We need to do stuff with the women. Cynthia is recognizable. Aja, are you recognizable yet? No. But you have hot momentum, so we can book you. That's fine. Alright. Tag match. No, it's like a comedy promotion. It's like a comedy promotion, and pretty much all the wrestlers are baby faces. It's very like I don't know. It's not a super serious promotion, which is what I like about it. But there are serious matches. It's not like a complete joke. Have we done Dustin and Cynthia against Aja and Terry? In fact, Aja Kong sometimes wrestles in TJPW, and the joke is always that like the cute little TJPW girls have to wrestle Aja Kong, and she like kills them. Fuck, we did in fact book this match. God damn. Fuck, you hate to see it. All right, new plan. There is no new plan. This was the plan. All right, here's the actual new plan. Oh yeah, she's old as hell. She's 25 in 1995. 55, you know, almost pushing 60, not quite 60. Yeah, we're gonna make this a 6-man. That makes it totally different. Where it'll now be Dustin and Cynthia and their good friend. Let's see. I don't think I've booked Wendy Richter in ages. Let's get Wendy on the show. It's been a minute. And they'll take on Terry, Aja, and Manami Toyota in a totally different match. Totally different. I need to check the storylines. Aja good, Cynthia good. Okay. Is there a reason Toyota's in this? Was I gonna do something with that? Dustin poor. How are they both poor? Alright, that's interesting. I'm going to give Terry a tainted over Dustin. I guess this is now our storytelling match. Dustin Rose is extremely unhappy. Wow, okay. You have 77 pop. Terry has 7. Dustin, what the fuck? Alright, new finish. Dustin Rhodes is going to win by disqualification when Terry Gordy whacks him with a chair. Oh, and Gordy's even more unhappy. Okay, alright. Okay. I shouldn't have put these two guys in a feud. This match is going to a draw. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about a double count out? Hey! Now that's some 90s wrestling shit. It's like, I don't know. Can't come up with a finish, double count out. Whatever, man. What's Ron doing?
What's the smell?
Nothing. Ron has nothing going on. Alright. I guess Ron can just have a match. What a concept. Oh, it's the Booker Man, y'all. It is 8 minutes, which is probably too much. You know what? It's definitely too much. 6 minutes. I'm never pushing Booker T. He's very bad in this mod. I just realized I haven't watched you live in a year. Boo! Boo! Tomato. Tomato. Chris Jericho's recognizable? Rey Mysterio's recognizable and I'm not doing anything with these guys? Alright. Here's our new plan. Who is a person that can team with Rey Mysterio? I know there are many of them on Super Viernes, but surely there's someone in Dev. We've got some luchadors down here, right? Hoovy? Well, I don't think Hoovy is really ready. No. Yeah, let's look at Pop a little bit. See who like Cornette's actually been pushing down here. Nova's been getting a pretty good push down here. He's got some pop. We can look at the Big Show while we're here. Yeah, he's got like zeros. Zeros down the board. He's very bad. Do we have a match history? He jobbed a Kid Cash on TV. That's very funny. Oh man, that's good. Good one, Jim. Prince Iakea, no, not even close. Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, actual tag team champions in the future. Let's try Rob Van Dam. Oh, he's a heel. Why is Rob Jim, why is Rob a heel? All right. Well, we'll make it a dark match. See if they have chem. Ray and Rob Van Dam will simply beat two heels. Oh, Dancing Kikuchi? I thought Dancing Kikuchi was on set. Well, alright. Oh, Dancing Kikuchi. And Jerry Lynn. Mysterio is winning. Let's see what happens. Chris Jericho and Lance Storm. Chris Jericho, you're taking on Sean Waltman. 8 minutes. Cook, I guess. No, not Car Crash. Cook. Jericho's winning. Have I done this singles match recently? Never as a singles match. That's shocking. yourself 2 minutes. This Nitro has taken a million years to book, and nothing has happened on it. Alright. We are going to open the show. Let's do the big dumb long promo. Why not? And then this should be lower. A lot of wrestling on the show this week. What a concept. This feels like by far the worst show I've done of the three. So I'll guess like sub 90. I'll guess like an 87. Rob Van Dam got a 57, which is 1 point higher than Jerry Lynn. Dancing Kikuchi and Jerry Lynn have absolutely zero chemistry. True. He's now a clubber, and it is very good! People love Dancing Kikuchi. Let's go! I think we might call Rob up. 57 is like totally workable. A 93 for this just nothing happening. You guys go kill some time promo. And it had Jumbo and Kobashi in it. That's wild. Rick Rude carrying this promo on his muscular back. Traditional Japanese. Yeah, bro, that'll get over. Send him out there in a fucking yukata to do some traditional Japanese dancing. At least one person says either a turn or a gimmick change. Oh, we're changing Jumbo's gimmick to... we're changing it from no gimmick needed to gimmick needed. Okay, gimmick idea was a success. It's gimmick needed is great. It turns out he did need a gimmick. Great. Awesome. Uh, 58 for Chris Jericho and Sean Waltman. I mean, Rob Van Dam, better than Chris Jericho and Sean Waltman. I think we just bring him up to this brand. 70 for Owen Hart and Steve Regal. Feel like they could have done better, and I'm wondering if Gordon Soley simply standing there brought this down. I hope not. 870 for Ron, then Booker T. I'm glad I came to my senses and was like, no, let's not make this a competitive match. Let's have Ron squash him. 88 Kawada promo. Let's go. RVD should be heel. He already is a heel. He's a heel in developmental. I want him to be race partner, but he doesn't have to be. A 74. Wow, the undercard of this show is really nothing, huh? It's really just some squash matches, and here's a 6-man tag that's more or less the same as the regular 2-on-2 tag you saw already. What are we changing her gimmick to? She's mean now. I mean, she is mean now. Very good. Good. Maybe RVD and Lynn have tag. Oh, maybe. Squash match rating. You know, if I let these guys have an actual match, it probably would have been good. Sorry, Johnny Smith. 99 Vader promo. Okay. All right. Now we're talking. Yeah, you know what? I kind of have to put RVD on this brand because we have Jerry Lynn and Sabu on this brand. He's got to be on this brand. Also, they're all heels, right? So maybe RVD should be a face. Oh, this match got a 93. We're fine. Everything's fine. This really saved this show. Although, looking at this match now, I'm like, yeah, of course this is good. Why was I... The lowest rating in the match was an 80. It was a very good match. Every time I book Sabu in the TNA save, I'm thinking this is the Sabu that's going to show up. And this Sabu is long gone by 2004, brother, let me tell you. 89. Didn't get the bonus again. Doing bad at that this week. But, I mean, a better show than I thought. And honestly, a better rating than this show deserves. This was a fucking filler show. We made $1 million for our filler show, so that's cool. We gained some pop in Canada. And that's it. Emile? I don't know. Akira Taue talks well. Give him promo time, says Dusty Rhodes. Is that true? No, not particularly. Why are you lying to me, Dusty Rhodes? Cynthia Moreno is turning into a good worker. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate it, Kenta. It's nicer to get this in like a mean email, but I'm working on it. Super Viernes really is the A show. It's not even a joke. It crushes the other shows in the rating. What's going on in WWF and SMW? Stuff. Here's Prime Time. It was really bad. What the fuck is this? What is this? Shane Douglas, the Barbarian, the Warlord, Davey Boy Smith, Kerry Von Erich, and the Samoan Savage. That's your main event, folks. This is what WWF's doing. Davey Boy pretty good. Kerry Von Erich still getting a 75. Also, just still being here. That feels very strange, but that's what happens when you're 3 years deep into a save. Weird. Time starts to shift. Johnny Polo beat Brian Knobbs. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Honestly, a 65 for Brian Knobbs seems generous. Animal and Hawk having separate singles matches? Okay, they're cooking. And then Papa Shango beat the Brooklyn Brawler, a match they've probably been booking for 3 years. I don't really know what Cornette's doing down there. Let's look at titles. Who are the champions? Pat Rose is the Beat the Champ television champ. Great. Heavyweight champ is Dr. Tom Pritchard. Okay. Can you, like, stop fucking... Alright, tag champs are Paul Hogan and Devin Storm. That's something. Heidi Lee Morgan is the women's champ. Let's look at show history. Can I do that from here? No. Alright, let's call up Rob Van Dam. It's time. He's been down here a long time. His skills are quite good. His pop, he's got pop in the, he's got it in the southeast. The rest not so much. But it's time. Recall. Bob, you are going to Nitro. And I think you're going to stay a heel for now. I think we're going to try him out in dark matches as a tag partner with Jerry Lynn and also Sabu. He should, for sure, have tag chemistry with Sabu. If he doesn't, I'll be kind of mad, quite frankly. Jerry Lynn feels like we might just have to get lucky with it, but like, I would think in this mod he would have tag chemistry with Sabu, but things like that have burned me in the past. So we'll definitely try it as a dark match first. Oh, I'm not checking expired contracts. Guys, I don't care about signing new people. We have like 300 guys on the roster. What would I even do with a new guy? And I have like the next 3 months booked. I've got Fall Brawl, Halloween Havoc, and the Champions Carnival booked already. I don't need to insert a person into it. Oh, Baba's retiring. Oh, we could sign Baba for a retirement match. Now we're booking. Dutch Mantel retiring. Superstars is their A show. Let's see what their A show. Oh wait, not much better. Hogan and Shawn Michaels beat Big Ball Man and Bret Hart. That's probably about as good of a match as they can book. These are probably like their 4 top guys. Maybe not Big Ball Man, but... Ooh, Shawn getting a 77. That's rough. Bulldog beat DDP. Oh yeah, they're pushing DDP. I forgot about that. Hey, I mean, that's kind of a success story for them. DDP is a guy we just let walk. And he's like doing stuff for them. That's good, you know? Another Brian Knobbs match. Sick. Texas Tornado beat Dean Douglas. Warrior's back after we let him walk. Which is weird because we're getting close to the time where he really did come back. That was like 96, right? Yeah. Because it was the 96 WrestleMania where he beats Triple H at like 90 seconds or whatever. Conan beat Chris Walker. Yeah, this is what they're doing. It is very much the 1992 WWF, but in 1995. We have a Saturday night tonight. Fall Brawl in 11 days. So if I do this Saturday night now, the next stream we would have Super Viernes Nitro. No, I still wouldn't make it to the pay-per-view. Although if I do this Saturday night, then I could maybe at least do all of these, and then I could open the next stream. Yeah, let's do that. Because otherwise, it'll be like 2 more streams, or like 3 more streams to the pay-per-view. That I can't. We can't do that. We gotta speed book. We're gonna speed book this Saturday night. That is our new thing. We end these WCW streams with a speed book, which is basically the same thing. I do not need bodies for Super. Have you seen how many people are on Super Viernes? We just need to get people over. No nights off. Southeast Shore. Last time we were in Arkansas. Sure. Whatever. Speed book. Alright. 1 of each. Bit of a gamble. No thanks. Likely angle idea. Shouldn't have kept it. Whatever. Likely gimmick. Storyline. Bit of a gamble. Character idea. Safe bet for Brian Pillman. Oh, okay. I don't really... Alright, that wasn't a great meeting. Ogawa is here, and he has mutual respect with Masawa. Yeah, well, you can do it. You can do a JOB, Ogawa-san. Welcome back. Rick Martel and Ric Flair butted heads. Bobby Heenan has a character idea. Takada did impressions. Of course, when I have to speed book, we have like 50 things. Wada also did impressions. All right, great. We need to medal. We need to do a positive medal between Scott Steiner and Steve Austin. We want them to be friends, so Steve definitely puts him over at Starrcade. Okay, hopefully that works. All right, we set up a shitty 6-man tag with Battlecat, Arn, and Steamboat against Malenko, Tenryu, and Rick Martel. But hey, listen, at least we got something. Speedbook. This at 12 minutes. This will be our storytelling match. I don't know who needs a win. Oh, Malenko needs a win. Can Malenko win this match? Probably not. I mean, he's gonna beat Battlecat at the pay-per-view, so we'll wait until the pay-per-view for Battlecat to be mad at us. So let's just have like Tenryu win, I guess. Actually, him and Arn are in a storyline, right? Yeah. What is? Oh, Arn needs it. All right, Arn's winning. Arn Anderson is beating Rick Martel. All right, let's do... I think our main event has to be, based on what we did last week, I think it has to be Steve Austin and Avalanche against Kurt Hennig and Tatanka, right? I mean, that's... Yeah, that's got to be it. I think Avalanche should win this match. Well, let me think. So Sherry, I was thinking about the idea of keeping Sherry, or actually turning Sherry face, but we can't do it because I haven't set it up. So she has to stay heel. So I think if she is going to turn on Kurt at the pay-per-view, she should in fact help him here. So Kurt should actually win with interference from Sherry or a distraction or whatever, so that you think they're on good terms. So let's do Kurt Hennig winner. Hopefully Steve... You know what? Avalanche makes sense too. Avalanche loser. Let's do a distraction. Maybe Avalanche is even accidentally distracted by Sherry, so you don't know. Maybe it was on purpose, maybe it wasn't. You don't know. You don't know. Could be anything. And then let's end the show with a tease where Avalanche is like, Sherry, why'd you distract me? And then she's like, I didn't mean to. And then Kurt comes over and she's like, oh, get him away from me. Kurt, Sherry, Avalanche. Bigger. Okay, alright. As far as booking wrestling melodramas, I mean, I do it sometimes, you know. I think if you do it once in a while, it's good. I think when your show is like more melodrama than wrestling, you know, it's a little annoying. Oh, Coven promo. Obviously. Vampiro talking. Rick Steiner. Background. Mankind. Mankind! Talking! You can talk. Mankind, you're better than Vampiro. Scott Steiner, off screen. Terry Funk, off screen. Onita, off screen. Kevin Sullivan, off screen. Vampiro is going to announce that after the attacks on Kevin Sullivan last week by those three thugs, Funk, Onita, and Scott Steiner, that Kevin Sullivan will not be fit to defend his tag team title at Fall Brawl. But the WCW board has made a special... they've answered my request, and Kevin Sullivan will be replaced by another member of the Coven, and that will be Mankind. Mankind will fill in for Kevin Sullivan to take on Onita and Funk at Fall Brawl. Also, I don't know if we've said this yet, so it's official. Rick and Scott, one-on-one at Fall Brawl. Coven promo. Mankind replacing Sullivan. Steiner official for Fall Brawl. Let's call this storyline development. We are in fact developing stories. I think you want to keep it Rick Steiner for the feud with his brother. And speaking of, Scott's going to cut a promo on Rick Steiner. Basically being like, you know, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd have to fight my own brother. I thought that me and him would always be on the same side, that we'd always have each other's back. But that thing that's teaming with Vampiro, that's not my brother. He's been brainwashed. And if I gotta beat the brains out of him, then I'm gonna do it. Rick has been brainwashed, so I gotta bash his brains out. Very stupid logic, but I think Scott Steiner would say this. Like, I think to Scott Steiner, that makes a lot of sense. Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero. Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero. Rick and Eddie promo. Eddie, I still want you one-on-one, Rick. This feud basically started with Rick being like, Eddie Guerrero, you're not in my league, woo. And it has since turned into a War Games match. It was supposed to be a one-on-one match. So basically, this promo is like, hey, we're going to have a War Games match, but I still want you one-on-one. And then Rick being like, you know, win the War Games match and we'll talk. We got another 6-man tag, folks. It's gonna be... Actually, you know what? Let's do this. let's keep it how I had it. Let's do... we're gonna do Takada. Yeah, Takada, Shamrock, and Dr. Death against Jean Paul, Dan Severn, and Sid. What a match! Should this be a wild brawl? Your Puro is very high. Your brawling and Puro is very high. I'm not even gonna check Dr. Death. Your brawling is only okay. Dan might not have any brawling. Dan has okay brawling. Sid is another one where I don't think... Yeah, Sid's not really good at anything. I'm just going to leave it as a regular match. Listen, I like trios matches. I like what I like. Also, look at this match and tell me you don't want to see it. Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't want to see this match. Ken needs a win. We'll see if he can win. I don't know. Everyone might complain if Ken wins. Oh, we've created a monster. A bit unhappy is fine. Money's fake. Terry Funk and Onita need to be on the show. We can solve that real easy. Basically, this promo is going to be like, oh, Kevin Sullivan's out of the match, replace him with Mankind. Well, that's a bit of an upgrade for you guys, because Kevin Sullivan's a piece of shit. Cactus Jack, you're as tough of SOB as I've ever been in the ring with. And I don't know what this Mankind thing is all about, Cactus, but we'll get you out of that coven. I don't know what's gotten into you. More minutes. That sounds like a match to me. Oh, it's the recognizable squad is here to have a match. Let's see, we got Eddie Gilbert. We got Dory Funk still here, but he doesn't work TV. I've already tried to have him job, and he yelled at me. I don't think I've booked Eddie Gilbert in a while. Oh boy, babyface side is rough. Finley I haven't booked in a while either. Oh, Slinger should be booked. Slinger, you are gonna beat... I mean, I hate to have June lose, but it's not like I'm doing anything with June. Also, they've never had a singles match, which is shocking. Make it open. Slinger's gonna win. And the yellow is just that John Paul's mad. Yeah, that's fine. Let's open... You know what? Let's open with this, six-man tag. And then let's do a Coven promo. And then Richard Slinger versus Yu Nakayama, sure. Scott promo. Yeah. I think this show will be good. I think this beat booked show got me a little out of my head, and I was just like, Terry Funk needs to be booked and give Terry Funk a promo. That makes a lot more sense than some of this overcomplicated stuff. This, like, there's a lot of promos on this show, but that's good. This is the promo show. I think this show's gonna get like a 92. I actually did speedbook. Listen, I said it. Speedbook. $86 for the opener? That's a good opener. Also, these are the exact kind of matches we need to sneak Dean Malenko into to get him over. So that's working. We got a 73 for the Coven promo. Not great. Was hoping this would be better. Maybe Cactus should have just talked. Or excuse me, Mankind. Who is Cactus Jack? Terry Funk is also about to call him Cactus Jack, but I think that should just be like a fun character thing of Terry Funk, where everyone else is like, oh, it's Mankind. And he's like, oh, that's Cactus Jack. What are you guys talking about? That's Cactus Jack. I've known him for years. That's Cactus. 78 for Slinger and Akiyama. I mean, we'll take it. The math is not mathing on that. That is no idea why they got a 78, but cool. Florida's going crazy for it. Oh, 77. Onita did a bad job. Come on, Onita. I trusted you. This match is crazy. This match is just kind of casually on the undercard of the pay-per-view. It's kind of a Puro against Funk and Onita. That's crazy. 87? Okay. Good. There was not enough selling. It is very rare that you book a 6-man tag where no one in it can sell. But I dare say I have done that. The game is not wrong. None of these guys would sell. But you know what? The match is still good. So who cares? $96 Eddie and Flair promo. Good. Good. It is a shame that they're big. Well, I guess they'll wrestle in the Champions Carnival. They're both on the block, right? Yes, they're both. Yeah, so it will happen. It'll just take a while. They could probably have a match before the Carnival, too. The Carnival can be the rematch. Oh, right, we're changing Ric Flair's. He's Nature Boy 2, which is great. Okay, we just needed this sequel to Nature Boy. Now he's good. All right, glad we fixed that. 86 Scott Steiner promo. Okay, we'll take it. $93. Good main event. Ooh, Steve Austin's gimmick is getting stale. Oh my. Kurt and Steve is going to be really good at the pay-per-view. They are both pulling 95s. And I'm going to ruin it with a dumb finish. They are going to get the shittiest finish. 75 for these three yelling at each other. 95. Best show we booked all stream. We should speed book more shows. $686,000. Pop recap. Gain some points in Mexico. Gain some points in Japan. I am once again reminded that we should book more Japan shows. Road Warriors in WWF. We just saw them there when we looked at those WWF results. They had 2 separate singles matches on Wrestling Challenge for whatever reason. Hawk had a match and Animal had a match. It was strange. Paulo Dantes left AAA. Ken Shamrock. Yeah, I know. Rick Steiner, is he a natural? Are you messing with me? You know what? Those aren't horrible stats. Maybe we should let Rick cook once in a while. Alright, that is going to do it. I believe we have to line this up so that next stream, we should be able to get through this. Actually, we might make it to the pay-per-view. If it's just Super Viernes, Nitro... No, it's missing a Saturday. For some reason... that's weird. No, so there's no way we're going to get through all of them. So it'll be Super Viernes, Nitro, Saturday, Super Viernes next stream. We'll probably do those 4 shows. And then the stream after that, we'll open it with Fall Brawl. We'll get right into Fall Brawl. And then Halloween Havoc will be at the end of that month. With technically 2 pay-per-views in a month, except kind of not really, because one's on the 1st, but... I think after Fall Brawl, we'll really start hitting TV. We'll start doing, like, pre-taped segments on the show of, like, Mike today, here to tell you about the Champions Carnival, straight from Japan. What a legendary tournament. Like, we're gonna do that. We'll send, like, Wada out there or someone to talk with them. Like, it's me, Mike today, with Kyohei Wada, to tell you about the Champions Carnival. We'll do stuff like that. Really, really get it going. Really get it cooking. But yeah, that is it for this one. Thursday, WWE versus TNA. We're very close to Nick's pay-per-view. I don't know if we're gonna make it, especially because I think we might be starting with my show. I don't remember. Yeah, I think so, because I think we ended on Raw, right? So we probably won't make the pay-per-view because we'll have 2 Impacts to book. But we'll see. We might. So tune in for that. Of course, if you're watching a video, like the video, like the comment. You can like your own comment if you want. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. And we will be back next week. Bye, everybody.